this gives true clarity to the power of our spiritual decision when we said we surrendered ourselves to Jesus Christ and not to the state anymore. We're not involved in the state, involved in any of its terrible drama and conflicts that are going on right now. Just picture yourself removed and not having the burden anymore of anything that you see going on out there. But though you will be watching people that have refused to do the right thing, and unfortunately you will be witnessing their calamity. But this baptism is an act of God, and when you wake up, you're waking up to who you're going to serve, and you can't serve both sides. You can't be a moonlighter. You can't be serving God and serving the secular state at the same time. So when Matthew 6:24 says, "No man can serve two masters, for either he'll hate the one and love the other, or else he'll hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon." You can't be serving both at the same time, and that's where the problem is coming in. You're conflicted between your obligation to God and basically this false belief that somehow you have an obligation to the state, to the legal state. The legal state has its title, and that's it. And that's what we dealt with under the video, Necessity is the Mother of Invention. They assigned a title for that purpose, but they did not have the ability to assign it onto you, and you have the ability to remove what is attaching you to the burden and the debt. So the minute you remove your private, God-given Christian name from there, you're no longer acting as a surety for the legal state name, and therefore it no longer can affect you. But the legal state is still responsible for commerce and all transactions as such. When we look up act of God clause, it's very interesting how they define it. I'm reading out of a Canadian law dictionary. Generally operates to discharge a contracting party when a supervening, sometimes supernatural event beyond the control of either party makes performance impossible. When he says you cannot serve God and mammon or money, that's based on a moral position between what you cannot do based on what the Bible says and your master Jesus Christ's words who purchased you. So you're denying him purchasing you by intermingling with the state, by trying to surety their legal title or public title at the same time. So cannot means impossible. So when they're talking about an act of God clause, it's when it says a supernatural event beyond the control of either party makes performance. You can't be in form anymore. The form, the public form, impossible. The common thread is that the unexpected, something beyond reasonable human foresight and skill. Okay, so they don't know who's going to do this. This is a wake up to which side are you choosing. This is a major battle between good and evil. And when it's spoken Revelation, that a great multitude, which no man was able to number, coming out of every nation, tribe, and tongue, standing before the Lamb, washed in white robes, well, we have no way of knowing how many are going to do this. So it is a great multitude, but no man is able to number it because it's going to be a matter of consent and choice of who you're going to serve. But if you continue to want to serve on the legal side and you want to try to save all your private trespass on public title, things that you may have built up as treasures on earth, you will lose your life because of the very fact is that God's people can't be in there. And so to come out of her, my people, requires you to leave with what is that Christ died for. And so he has your God-given name, and it's not supposed to be intermingled with Caesar. So no, you're not going to be using your God-given name to obtain property because it's going to be pulled out of the public register, and the public register has no power over you because they had to give you relief with their seal and signature and their basically the assigned name they put on you that they try to use against you, but in reality, the accusers are responsible. So there's going to be a lot of lawyers needing to be appointed to look after all these basically obligatory active state, shall we say, estates that that you ended up sureting prior to that. But once you pull out, unfortunately the lawyers are doomed to have to look after their own debt. So they own the debt of the last name, not you, and they'll be paying for it. And you just won't be involved in any private claim or private fee for trespass on that title anymore. So it is truly an act of God clause. And we can, in the next video, I'll clarify that, where the doom was already written in the book of Isaiah for this.